Oh my gosh, am I live again? Looks like I'm live again. Hopefully this is working well. Audio output capture. Huh. So it says that's on. Maybe that's locked. Okay. We're gonna watch Ben Shapiro's little sister. Her name's Abby Shapiro. Hence the name of the channel, Classically Abby. Hold on, okay? So Ben Shapiro's little sister is named Classically Abby. On her first video, I posted the very hilarious comment. It's like a Ben Shapiro you want to fist instead of punch. Again, she's like a Ben Shapiro that you want to fist instead of punch. So hold on a second, guys. Classically Abby. Okay. Yeah. How to date long distance. Reading pro-choice comments. Trans girl learns how to be a woman from Classically Abby. Ew. Conservative dating advice. Guys, we need some conservative dating advice. Okay, so conservative dating advice. Okay, you're bringing your boyfriend home to your parents, or your boyfriend wants to meet your parents, right? And but they don't know that he's black. How do you break up with your boyfriend before your parents find out about the horrible indiscretion that you've done by dating a black man? Conservative dating advice. That's my conservative dating advice. That's what I'm going to ask you, Classically Abby. Conservative dating advice. Okay, more conservative dating advice. You are dating a woman, right? Like, let's say I'm dating a woman, and she wants to vote in an election for president, as well as have a job and not be a homemaker. How do I break it off with her? So conservative dating advice. Let's see if I can think of any more conservative dating advice. Oh, okay, I got one. Let's say I'm a sex trafficker, Classically Abby. I'm a sex trafficker. And I've got 4 illegal immigrant women, refugee or asylum-seeking women, and they're starting to get on my nerves. Should I just tell them in broken Spanish that they need to find somewhere else to live, or should I call INF or whatever the fuck? ICE. That's what I meant to say. All right, Classically Abby, conservative dating advice. Let's full screen this bitch. Bitch being the appropriate term here. By the way, I just want to say, I know I've said this before on my YouTube channel, but I don't think I've said it during like a live stream. So both her and Ben Shapiro talk about how like they're conservative, how like Hollywood and California and the coasts are all leftist, and we've forgotten traditional values. But, they're both from Los Angeles, 1. 2, I mean, their parents are extremely rich. 3, fun fact, I don't know if you knew this, but their cousin's Matilda. I forgot the girl's name, but the girl who played Matilda, the lady now, I should say. Yeah, first cousins with Ben Shapiro. So these people are grifters, and it's not like I'm in my own ways. I'm not like a dumb Bible Belt Midwesterner guy. Like, I go to church, all that good shit. And that's partly why I resent people like Ben Shapiro who, like, through making fast-talking garbage points, as Fantano would say, Anthony Fantano, I feel like he really runs a long con on people. And it's not so, and honestly, like, I do kind of question the sincerity of what they're saying. If Ben Shapiro especially, I don't know about her so much. I mean, she doesn't really matter as much. She's fucking stupid. But anyway, what I want to say is yeah, I don't really believe that Ben Shapiro believes what he's saying on every level. Or he might be a conservative, he might believe what he's saying, but I think that on some level he's trying to use this kind of ideology and this his social media platform to kind of grift money from people who he thinks is stupid or not as smart as him. And like another interesting thing about like a lot of these conservatives that I think is true for Ben Shapiro, and honestly in this case it might be more true for Classically Abby, is that I think a lot of these people want to be actors. They want to be writers. They want to be directors. They want to be a part of Hollywood. But they couldn't quite cut it in Hollywood, so they're doing the next best thing. They're making a name for themselves. They're getting an audience. They're getting famous by trashing Hollywood. And I'm not saying that there's nothing in Hollywood to trash or that you have to suck Hollywood's dick all the time. Hollywood was also the name of my cellmate in prison, and thankfully I never had to suck his dick. He did suck my dick once, for some toilet wine that I made, and also a shiv that I made out of a toothbrush. But that's neither here nor there. Hollywood, if you're listening to this in your cell, and you're cold, I just want you to know, Hollywood, that I'm with you there in spirit, and I hope that my spirit can keep you warm. I love you, baby. All right, let's keep going with Abigail Shapiro. Conservative dating advice.
Where we're going to be talking about 5 ways to make your long-distance relationship last.
5 ways to make your long-distance relationship last. So, what do you think these 5 ways are going to be? I'm going to stew on that for a second. I'm going to say number 1 is obviously cyber sex of some kind. Nudes, dick pics. I'm going to go with dick pics. She's going to be like, she's conservative though. She's more high class, so she's not going to say dick pic. How about, let's see, not dick pic. What's a classier name? Junk shots? Junk shots make the relationship last. And what if I'm talking about a relationship with my side piece while I'm in a long distance relationship with my main girlfriend? I think that that's a more difficult situation to manage. So Classically Abby, if you hear this, if that's a valid question, yeah, so if I'm in a relationship with one bitch, but I got a side piece, how do I mitigate that without them finding out? I know it's long distance, so it's easier to get away with, but that doesn't mean that I can't always use advice, Classical Abby.
I feel like I know a lot about long-distance relationships. I've had 2 in my life. One was 9 months, and one ended up being my husband. So I've done the long-distance relationship.
One was exactly 9 months. That's interesting. What do you think happened at the end of those 9 months? 9 months, that's the gestation period. So I think that the long distance relationship was, in that case, when maybe her boyfriend was cheating long distance and he got another girl pregnant, and he waited until the girl actually had the baby to tell Abby that it wasn't working out because he fucked his side piece. Maybe she was the pregnant one. Maybe she was getting some dick on the side. And maybe, oh yeah. So from this angle, like if she was pregnant, right? Like let's say she was cheating on her man, right? Like her boyfriend's long distance. He's off going to medical school or law school or accountant school, whatever the Jews do to go study. He's maybe becoming a rabbi, he's praying 5 times a day, and he's just really missing his girlfriend back home, Classically Abby, but she's getting dick on the side, man. She's just getting dicks left and right. Like that face she's making right there, oh my God, she's just getting hard dick all the fucking time, right? So what I'm saying is, from this angle, she could be pregnant with her other boyfriend's baby, her seed, and the guy would be none the wiser. I'm just saying it's possible, guys. I'm not saying it's likely. I'm saying it's possible. All right.
Relationship thing a couple of times, and I learned a lot of lessons along the way, and I think it's something that I really wanted to share with you guys relationships are not easy. It's dealing with a whole other can of worms that you're not necessarily prepared for, and I think that it can be really difficult to navigate. So I really wanted to talk about some things that I figured out.
Ooh, hey, that's actually another way. Like, I think one of the 5 might be a can of worms that you can insert. You know how people can insert gerbils in their asshole? So basically, like one of those things. Like you just put a tube in your ass, and then you dump the worms in, and then you and your gal pal or your boyfriend live stream at the same time, and you just make it spicy, like long distance, can of worms. It's another way.
From my first relationship to my second, and things that I really learned and that made it much better for me the second time around. Because the first time I really didn't know what I was doing, and I didn't know what things I should be implementing, things that I should be thinking about. And what ended up happening was that by the end, we had not spent enough time together in person, that by the time we spent a couple of weeks together in person, we just realized we were totally wrong for each other, and it didn't work out. Whereas my second time around, I really knew what to look for, and I really knew how to keep the relationship going and how to make it more realistic for the two of us. Now, I know some people who will not...
So I'm just trying to pause it. I just want to like make it look like she's giving a blowjob, because I feel like subliminally that's how you keep a long... Shit. Sorry, hopefully I didn't fuck up the audio by talking at the same time she was.
Distance relationships have their hardships, but if there is someone that you really love or that you really think you have a good rapport with or you think it could work out, I think it would be silly to give that up just because of distance when we are in the best time in history to be in a long distance relationship. Honestly, you can FaceTime.
No. Oh, wait. Well, that's a great BJ face right there. I bet that's exactly how she looks when she's about to go down on her hubby. But, so no. Who says it's the best time for a long-distance relationship? Yes, there's more avenues for you to communicate, but there's also more opportunities for you to cheat, right? Like, I mean, now we have Tinder, Bumble, OkCupid, Skip the Games, Craigslist. Bunch of places you can find bitches that you couldn't find bitches before, Abby. So, fuck you for that one.
You can call, you can fly. There are so many ways to make a long-distance relationship work. Now, do I think that there should be long-distance relationships that last years and years and years and years and years on end? No. I think that long-distance relationships are... You do them when they're necessary and with the intention that you will be in the same place at the end of that. So don't think that long distance relationships, that's a permanent thing, is a good idea. But doing it while you guys are trying to figure out if you're right for each other and if you really care about that person, I think that that is A-okay in my book. So today I'm going to share 5 tips that I used while I was dating long distance and that ended up with me marrying my husband. So let's get into it. Number 1 is don't text. Guys, I just hate texting for dating anyways. Texting in relationships and dating is like poison. It never works out. There's nothing that is useful about it. When you're texting in a relationship, you feel like, oh, it's great. We're constantly connected. We can talk to each other anytime we want. It has the potential to go wrong in so many ways. Anything can be misread over text. You do not have the body language to explain what's going on between you. You do not have the tone of voice to explain if it's sarcastic or if it's serious. You really have no context for what the other person is saying, and everything can be misread and lead to an...
Okay, so the first one's no texting. I have nothing to say to that. I'm just going to skip to the middle of this. Okay. Okay, we're going to listen to 30 more seconds.
Together uninterrupted. Because this isn't a situation where maybe you met and you're long distance. It's not something necessarily where you guys were together for a while and now you're doing long distance. This is more a situation where you meet and immediately are long distance. So in that situation, when that happens, you're not necessarily going to know how you guys work together, how things look in a normal situation. And going off phone calls or FaceTime solely alone, that is just not real. And it's not real life. Now, it's not to say that you can't learn a lot about the other person through FaceTime and through those calls, and that it's not a great thing. And
I tried to find a good blowjob face, failed that time.
I think that it's actually, in a lot of ways, very nice because you don't have to deal with the distraction of the physicality of things because you guys aren't in the
Okay, I missed this one. We're just gonna.
Isn't entirely 2 weeks together uninterrupted will really teach
Two
you if you guys could
2 weeks together uninterrupted. Oh, fuck that. What the hell? Why 2 weeks? Why not 15 days? What if it's day 15 where the guy snaps? Oh, why not a bad blowjob face right there, by the way. It does look like, if that's like a Jewish penis that she's blowing, he could probably, or maybe she's like about, like those moils that bite off the penis, like the tip of the penis. Maybe that's what she's about to do. Maybe not suck some dick. Those eyebrows are a fucking distraction. Yeah, Abby, you should do a show on how to wax your fucking eyebrows. Holy shit! Was that one of the Was that one of the factors that led to your breakup? Your eyebrows? Oh my god! Like, dude, you're straight up Caitlyn Jenner in those fucking eyebrows, bro. I'm gonna call her bro for the rest of this video because of her eyebrows. 2 weeks together. Oh my god! People spend years together and find out that they're not compatible, and it's like. And by the way, like, I'm not the relationship expert. And in all practicality, she honestly probably knows. She does know more about this than I do. I'll admit that. But it's like, that's what's so stupid about these videos. I honestly, I like this video a lot more with her face just frozen like this.
Would make it work if you were living in the same city, and not just does this work over long distance. So doing that early on is really important, and then a little bit.
We're gonna, by the way, we're gonna stop this after the next reason. I don't have to explain why.
Later on, kind of checking again and doing that for 2 weeks or a month that second time. So for Jacob and me, we spent a full 2 weeks together very early on in our relationship, and then we spent a full month together. And those were incredibly important for me because it really taught me that Jacob and I had a great rapport, and we could hang out, and we were compatible, and we had chemistry. And it was stuff that over FaceTime and phone calls, I really liked him and I really liked our dynamic, but I couldn't tell you for sure that we really could make it work. Whereas in that first relationship, over FaceTime and long distance, we were fine. We were great. We were together for 9 months. But 2 weeks in person, and all of a sudden we realized that it just didn't work at all. So I think it's really important early on, if you're getting to know someone over long distance, spending that amount of time together just to make sure that things are on the right track. Number 3 is, if you can, see each other frequently, even if you're long distance. So this is, I think, what made the long distance a lot easier for me and Jacob. We saw each other every other.
What? Oh my god. Okay. No, if you can see each other frequently, like. But isn't that the crux of the issue right there? That's the problem, right? You can't see each other frequently if you're long distance most of the time, right? Like, if you can see each other fairly frequently, I know you might be in separate places and far away from each other in terms of where you live, but then it's not really a long-distance relationship. And by the way, so then doesn't that, contradict your last point of, you need to be with someone for 2 weeks? Okay, well, seeing someone for 1 day every 2 weeks isn't that much different from not seeing anybody at all, right? I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying. Fuck her. Let's go to another video. Let's go to popular uploads for Classically Abby. Let's go to those Classically Abby classics. God damn it. Oh my god. Just reading some of these comments. Sorry, guys. That was very informative. Not in a relationship currently, but always wondered how a long-distance relationship worked. It seems much harder, especially now that a lot of travel is banned. Very insightful. Yeah, I don't know if I'd say very insightful. Yeah, very insightful to how if your big brother's a famous YouTuber, you can build 100,000 subscribers in 2 seconds because even though you're a stupid bitch. Let's go to another one. Popular uploads. Is there a popular uploads one? I'm doing a video game live stream. Republican canceled yet again. They canceled my sponsorship.
Hello, Classic Crew.
No, I don't. I don't think they canceled your sponsorship because you're a conservative. I think they canceled your sponsorship because you're the sister to a conservative dipshit who supports Israel over his own country, who's a fucking warmonger and a grifter and a bad person. Okay. They canceled my membership.
And welcome to today's episode of The Scoop. If you are new to my channel, The Scoop is our opportunity to act as if we're grabbing a cup of coffee together, have a chat, go over what went on over the course of the week, and just have a conversation.
What? Act as if we're having a cup of coffee together, have a chat, and, like, what? Okay. Well, we can't. Well, we're long distance, Abby. We're long distance, so we can't grab a cup of coffee together, have a chat. Okay. Well, who's chatting, by the way? Or do you have a live chat on? Maybe she has a live chat. Maybe she has like a live chat on. I don't know, but that seems really dumb.
So I love hearing what you guys have been up to in the comments. So make sure to leave something down below. Grab a cup of coffee or tea or lemonade or whatever it is that you're drinking, and let's get into it.
I'm currently drinking my my girlfriend's pee right now. It's how we spice things up, being in a long distance relationship.
So the first thing that I want to talk about today is another content creator here on YouTube, and her name is Amanda Ensing. So she has over 1 million subscribers. She is a beauty YouTuber, and
Yeah, she's a fucking she's a jealous bitch. Is what she is. What Abby is. She wants to be Amanda Ensing, but she's not. So, sucks for you.
she has done an incredible job of building up her business. But she came out as conservative, and of course that isn't allowed. And ever since she did, she has been getting in hot water. But she came out as
Not allowed. It's like, okay. And by the way, I don't necessarily agree with boycotting someone if they've done good work outside of their politics. Like if they don't make their politics an active part of what they do, yeah, I think it sucks if they lose sponsorship. I think that happens on both sides of the fence. I think it might even be fair to say that it happens to conservatives a little bit more because like the people that run these tech companies kind of lean left a little bit. But, what really bothers me about this, and I've made this point so many fucking times, is that all these conservative dipshits miss the irony of supporting the free market, but then decry the free market when private business owners, like people who own platforms, decide not to work with people, or people who do sponsor. Like, what is a sponsorship? That's the free market. And I'm again and I don't want to paint with a broad brush saying that there's never been a conservative talk about the free market aspect to boycotting or banning or shadow banning, or I can't think of the word. There's another big word that's gonna pop over my head like a light bulb. What the fuck is she doing with her hair? What the fuck is that shit? Can we zoom in? What's that? You.
conservative, and of course, people hated it. As you guys know on my channel, it is something that we have to talk about constantly, is the idea that conservatives are not allowed to speak up and say what we truly believe, which is very clear for her because just this week something pretty crazy happened. So she had Sephora sponsoring one of her videos, which they looked at beforehand and they saw the content of, and when some people started commenting on her videos that she was a conservative and that they hated that she had voted for Trump, Sephora pulled her contract and tried to not pay her for the work that she put in.
That's another thing. Sorry guys, I just hit my vape real fucking hard. Hold on. I've got to gather myself. Okay. Trump isn't a classical conservative. The alt-right movement isn't classical conservatism. It's not free market conservatism. People need to separate paleo-conservatism and traditional conservatism, like in the vein of Ronald Reagan, because Trump is a protectionist. You know, Trump fought trade wars that Ben Shapiro didn't support. You know, Trump is not conservative. Like, whether you love him or hate him, you can't just use that broad term to describe him. People need to separate the two more. Anyway, go ahead. Yeah, and you know what? If you voted for Trump, I think that's totally fair. Like, to pull your sponsorship. Like, and the same with Biden. You know, if you don't like who someone voted for and they come out publicly and say who they voted for, like, if you come out publicly and support somebody, you do that at your own risk. You know, that's not freedom of speech. Or that's not the First Amendment. You have the right to pull sponsorship. Again, you don't want to paint with a broad brush. You know, I'm not saying it's black and white. I'm not saying every situation is the same. But I think that's totally fair.
Boycott Sephora campaign, asking conservatives not to go to Sephora for their makeup anymore because Sephora does not care about conservatives. Now, I think this is a really cool movement. I think she's doing a really...
Oh, so wait a minute. It's not cool if Sephora drops their sponsorship, but it's cool if she says not to go to Sephora. Like, to me, like, what this lady's doing, which she has the right to do, I get that. Like, don't buy their shit. I'd say the same thing. Cool movement, like, I don't know. Like, yeah, but that's fine with that. Like, yeah, I get it being, like, a little bit spiteful, being like, fuck these people. But, I don't really care about Sephora. But I don't know. I just feel like Abby should be acknowledging the similarity between what Sephora is doing. Because ultimately, who runs Sephora? It's people just like the lady she's talking about, people just like Abby. Like, yeah, like, you know, they're making a decision about what they want to do with their money. Like, it's all the same shit.
Important thing by shedding light on this kind of thing, and it made me want to shed light on something that happened to me rather recently. So I had a sponsorship. I had a sponsorship lined up for 6 months. I did one video and I sent it to them. They reviewed it. They said it all looked fine. I went ahead and posted it, and a few people wrote to that company, said they didn't agree with the content that I had posted, and the company pulled the sponsorship. So I no longer am making money from that company because I am conservative. And they were explicit in their email that it was because of my content and what I have to say here on my channel. Now, I had showed them the video beforehand, so they knew what they were getting into. And I also know that this company sponsors other creators who have done other controversial content on the other side. So it seems like conservatives are being actively discriminated against, and Amanda Ensing is not alone. So, yes, you should boycott Sephora. No, we should not stand for this kind of treatment. No, conservatives should not be discriminated against for their beliefs. And if you believe something on the other side, you shouldn't be discriminated against either.
Well, no, but see, is that is that even the proper use of discrimination? Because doesn't discrimination imply that it's... Doesn't discrimination imply that it's something that's not belief-oriented? Like, you have a right to discriminate against beliefs, right? Because a person can change their beliefs. Like, a person's beliefs isn't fundamental to who they are. A belief, oh my God, look at that fucking face right there. Anyway, but yeah, you can absolutely discriminate against beliefs. If you don't agree with what someone believes, you have every right to say, fuck you. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You know,
conservatives are losing money for being conservative and being openly conservative because people on the left will contact those companies and tell them not to give us money. So we are losing our income because of our views. And it is disgusting, it's awful, and it's happening right now in front of our eyes. It's happened to me, it happened to Amanda Ensing. So this isn't just a one-off situation that happened with her, it happened to me. So this is something that is happening to all of us. And
so, wait. She said it's not a one-off situation, then she mentioned two people. So it's a two-off situation. Big fucking deal.
Really upsetting, and it's something that we should be fighting against, and this is why I think it's so important for me as a creator to continue to speak up about my views so that we aren't all silenced. I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what you think. So the next things that I want to talk about are just a bit more on the lighter side. So we had a bunch of snow hit us in Virginia, and I know that that's been happening all over the country in a lot of different places, but we haven't had snow since early-ish December, I think. And
So she's talking about how. Oh wait.
I have been so happy to have snow again because I love snow and I love fresh snow.
I love snow too. Hold on a second. Oh, fucking snow going right up my nose. Oh, hold on. Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck. Oh, I love the snow and it just like hits your fucking nasal cavity and you can't feel your fucking face. Oh, wait, guys, I have a nosebleed. I'm going to have to quit. Hold on. Nah. Oh, wait. You think that's not the kind of snow she's talking about?
And winter doesn't...
Okay, you know what? By the way, like, she's talking about fucking snow right now. So is it that you think that the sponsorship dropped her because she's conservative or just because her content's really fucking boring and banal?
Feel worth it unless there's snow. This is my philosophy. If it's going to be freezing cold, I really can't get behind it unless there's a reason, and that reason is snow. So when it's really cold and rainy or when it's just really cold and bitter, if it's not snowing, I don't think it's worth it. But it is.
Okay. Fucking ew. Shames women, ignores men. Oh, that's Rachel Oates. Okay. Let's go back to Classically Abby. One more video, guys. I'm just having lots of fun. Videos. Popular uploads, you know? Do I want kids? Was I ever leftist? Oh, fuck. 5 things you didn't know about Judaism. Oh, this is going to be fun. Fuck. 5 things you didn't know about Judaism. You can be a Jewish atheist. Yeah, you can be. Right? Because Judaism is also a genetic DNA, genetic heritage. It's a race, right? Yeah, you can be a Jewish atheist. Like, of course. You wait. So you can be a Jewish atheist? Question mark, question mark? Yes, you can be. You know, and by the way, like not every like Jew that got exterminated in the Holocaust, that died in the Holocaust, and I say exterminated because just to like not take away from the horror of what happened to them. Like, yeah, not every one of them went to fucking synagogue every week. Like, you know, those Jews that got their businesses discriminated against, not every one of them were rabbis. Some of them didn't believe in God. So, yeah, you know, like to suggest that you can't be a Jewish atheist is completely ignoring the anti-Semitism that the Jewish atheists have faced in the past. So, yeah, absolutely.
And welcome to today's video, where we're going to be talking about 5 things you didn't know about Judaism. As you guys know, I am a religious Jew. My husband and I are aspiring to be Orthodox. I was raised Orthodox, my husband was raised Reform, and when we met, I had kind of gone off the path a little bit and become...
So, wait, so if you're aspiring to be an Orthodox Jew, does that mean her husband Jacob has to have a Moyle bite the tip of his dick off as a grown man? By the way, that's a Jewish custom. I want to see if she talks about baby dick biting. What about Zionism? You think Zionism is going to pop up in this conversation? Let's find out.
Less religious, but the two of us, when we met, knew that we would like to become more religious over time. So we accept Orthodox Judaism as the standard, even if we're not keeping it completely right now, but it's something that we aspire to and we aim to, and it's something that we would really like to do for our children. And
you know, and she's being honest right here, like just about how like strict into Judaism she is, but like I just feel like at the same time she's, because I mean her brother's just such a dishonest piece of shit that she's doing the same thing. She's just grifting. She doesn't observe these traditions in her own personal life, right? Like, I wonder what the Torah says about all her makeup and fashion and all that shit. Yeah, hold on. Orthodox Judaism, that's what we're going to look up. Hold on. By the way, it's a fucking hilarious quote. Don't kill them with kindness, torture them with your success. Orthodox. Judaism. And makeup. Hold on. Are Orthodox women allowed to look beautiful in public? It tells us Sarah was beautiful. Blah, blah, blah. So, let's see what it says. Yeah, oh, fuck you. So far, typical fucking Jew. Like, I'm not on the site for like 3 seconds and an ad pops up, you greedy fucks. Hold on. So the 6th chapter of the Talmudic tractate of Shabbos is all about what jewelry and ornaments women can wear outside of the Yuriv on Shabbos, because, women are allowed to wear such things to beautify themselves. There are many rules about what cosmetics may and may not be used on Shabbos, but the bottom line is certain Shabbos restrictions. Women are allowed to use cosmetics. So, not on Shabbos. So, is that every Saturday? Modest and attractive, it looks like, are not mutually exclusive. Look at Princess Diana or Nancy Reagan or other world leaders. Yeah, no, if Nancy Reagan's the one you're pulling out of your ass. No, and okay. And it's like, yeah, okay, so wait a minute. Modesty obviously does imply that you shouldn't put all that shit on your face. Right? To me, it's like... To me, yeah, they're just trying to get around it. I wonder if she's ever done... Shabbos is just Saturday, right? Okay, let's go back to...
For our family. So at this point in my life, I would say I'm an Orthodox Jew who's not observant, essentially saying that I accept Orthodoxy as the standard, even if I'm not necessarily keeping it. But I was raised Orthodox Jewish, and so I know a lot of...
So she's not an Orthodox Jew. She's not observant. What? No, you can't... Wait. You can't say that shit. That's not a thing. Well, no, okay, wait. That's a total hypocrisy. That's what I meant to say.
Judaism. I know a lot about Judaism generally, and there may be some things that you don't know about Judaism, because Orthodox Jews make up a tiny percentage of the population of the world. So you probably don't know all that much about Orthodox Judaism, which makes total sense. It's not that common that you're going to meet an Orthodox Jew, depending on where you live. If you live in New York, yeah, that would make sense that you would meet an Orthodox Jew pretty frequently, but in other parts of the country and other parts of the world, you wouldn't necessarily meet an Orthodox Jew, and you wouldn't necessarily Jew that he has to kind of maintain because he's the firstborn. In our view of the world, Jews are like that. God selected the Jewish people as the chosen people, and we were given 6...
Oh, okay. Thank you for saying chosen people. You know what? It sounds like God's discriminating against the rest of the planet, Abby, and we know discrimination's wrong. Right? Like, that's one important... distinction between Judaism and Christianity, right? It's like, at least in Christianity, you can accept Christ in your heart and become Christian. In Judaism, it's like, nope, there's one chosen people, everybody else is fucked, so fuck you.
113 laws that we had to keep. But that doesn't mean that we're better for having to keep those laws, or better for having those laws.
That's exactly what that fucking means.
But everyone else only needs to keep 7 laws. Those are the 7 Noahide laws. Ours are much more specific. 613 laws, yeah, they're going to be a lot more specific than just 7. So let me read you what the 7 Noahide laws are. So the 7 Noahide laws are: do not deny God, do not blaspheme God, do not murder, do not engage in forbidden relations, do not steal, do not eat of a live animal, and number 7 is to establish courts and a legal system. These laws are in place for non-Jews to keep. But
by the way, like Noahide laws, that's also another the term used in a different context, where basically you can lose all your shit if you say something anti-Semitic or something against Israel. You can get deplatformed for that. It's illegal in certain parts. It's illegal in certain states to do that, to be anti-Semitic. Which I'm not saying I agree with anti-Semitism. Of course I don't. But I believe in the right to be anti-Semitic, and that's something that Ben Shapiro is completely hypocritical on. I'm getting okay. One more. I'm gonna just. Okay.
They are still, in the eyes of God, considered Jewish. And then that person would be judged as a part of the Jewish people. Even if they don't consider themselves Jewish, God does, and the nation does. And so we take conversion very seriously. If you're going to convert, it's not just for you, it's for our people. And so we actually turn away people who want to convert 3 times to see if they really do want to convert. And if they really do want to be a part of our nation, and if they really do want to accept all of this on themselves. Now, once you are converted, we love you. We're so happy to have you.
And if you're not converted, you're not one of the chosen people. Go fuck yourself.
Wonderful thing to be Jewish, and we love the people who join us. And converts are readily welcomed into the Orthodox community, but we that's been slaughtered in a certain way, and it's mostly just
slaughtered in a certain. Oh God, these people.
Specific rules. It's not about a rabbi.
You know what? I'm not sure the sound's working on her. Oh, wait. Oh, no, I'm actually going to do one more.
Certain food or anything like that. A rabbi and kinds of animals. We only eat animals that chew their cud and have a split hoof. And if it's a fish, it needs to have we need to do for that food to be kosher. And then that same pot a few minutes later, and it's all boiling and hot. That pot then can't be used anymore. It becomes not kosher unless you boil it, and it can be 1 hour, 3 hours, or 6 hours. And again, that kind of creates a discipline. As a kid, I grew up.
Is he talking about? Is she talking about Jewish tantra, Jewish sex, 1 hour, 3 hours, 6 hours?
Always waiting 3 hours, and it never even mix meat and dairy. But one of the Judaism,
God, she's so. Oh wait. Okay, wait. Oh wait. I almost missed it. Hold on. We're gonna go back. Got to get rid of the subtitles.
Different aspects of Jewish practice. Number 4 is that being Jewish is both an ethnicity and a religion. So in Judaism, you can be born Jewish, but you also can keep Judaism as religion. So we know if a child is Jewish based through the matrilineal line. So if your mother is Jewish, then you are Jewish. If your father is Jewish and your mother is not, then you are not Jewish. And so we know that you are born Jewish if your mother was Jewish and if her mother was Jewish. And that means that you can be born a Jew and not actually practice any Judaism or believe in God, which is a very confusing concept because you have people who say that they are Jewish and don't actually keep any.
I'm hungry. I'm going to fuck it. Good night, guys. God bless.